Why do some countries remain poor even when they sit on vast reserves of oil, minerals, or farmland? And why do others, with few natural resources at all, grow wealthy and stay wealthy? The answer, according to economists Ricardo Hausmann and Cesar Hidalgo, lies not in what a country has, but in what it knows how to make. This is the core idea behind economic complexity, a framework developed at Harvard's Growth Lab by Ricardo Hausmann and Cesar Hidalgo. Their central insight is that a country's wealth depends far less on how much it produces, and far more on the diversity and sophistication of the productive knowledge embedded across its economy. Productive knowledge is not found in textbooks. It is tacit, meaning it lives in the hands and minds of skilled workers, engineers, technicians, and institutions. No single person holds all of it. It is distributed across thousands of specialists whose combined know-how makes complex production possible. Consider a commercial aircraft, or an MRI scanner, or a semiconductor chip. Each of these products requires the coordinated effort of thousands of specialists: aerospace engineers, material scientists, precision manufacturers, software developers, regulatory experts, working inside a deep network of capable firms and institutions. Only economies that have built that entire network can produce them. Not all exports carry the same economic weight. Simple products, raw cotton, crude oil, bananas, require relatively few capabilities and can be produced by many countries. Complex products require a rare combination of capabilities that very few economies have assembled. The more complex a country's export basket, the more embedded knowledge its economy holds. Hausmann and Hidalgo developed the Economic Complexity Index, or ECI, to measure this embedded knowledge. It uses international trade data and combines two signals. First, diversity: how many distinct products does a country export competitively? Second, ubiquity: how many other countries can also make those same products? A country that exports many products that few others can make scores very high on complexity. The index relies on a concept called revealed comparative advantage. A country is considered to export a product competitively when its share of world exports and that product exceeds its overall share of global trade. This ensures the measurement reflects genuine productive capability, not subsidies, accidents, or statistical noise. The index works by building a matrix of countries and products. Each cell is filled when a country exports that product competitively. Countries with many filled cells have high diversity. Products with few filled cells exported competitively by only a handful of countries have low ubiquity, meaning they are rare and complex. The ECI is derived by iteratively combining these two signals to produce a single complexity score per country. The clearest real-world example of economic complexity at work is South Korea. In the 1960s, South Korea was a low-income country exporting textiles, wigs, and basic manufactures, products that required few capabilities and were made by many countries. Today, it is one of the most complex economies on Earth, exporting semiconductors, ships, automobiles, and precision electronics. This transformation did not happen by accident. It took deliberate capability building over decades, investing in education, nurturing domestic industries, building technical institutions, and climbing steadily into more complex product categories. South Korea's ECI ranking rose in lockstep with its income, exactly as the theory predicts. Contrast South Korea with economies that depend heavily on resource exports. A major oil exporter may generate enormous revenues. Crude oil commands a very high price, but oil extraction requires a narrow set of capabilities. Because many countries can export oil, its ubiquity is high and its complexity contribution is low. These economies grow rapidly when commodity prices are high and contract sharply when they fall. Complexity provides something oil does not: resilience. Hausmann and Hidalgo also introduced the idea of the product space. The insight is that capabilities are not infinitely transferable. A country does not leap from making t-shirts to making aircraft overnight. Instead, it diversifies into products that are adjacent, products that require capabilities similar to those it already has. Each step along this path is incremental. The product space is a network map of all globally traded products, where two products are placed close together if countries that export one tend to also export the other. Products in the dense core, like machinery and electronics, are richly connected. Products on the periphery, like raw commodities, are isolated. A country's position in this space shapes which next products it can realistically move into. This is why capability building is path-dependent. South Korea did not jump straight from agriculture to semiconductors. It moved through textiles, then chemicals, then simple electronics, building capabilities at each stage that enabled the next leap. Attempting to leapfrog this process, planting a semiconductor factory in an economy without the engineering base to support it, almost always fails. The product space shows you the viable paths. Perhaps the most powerful finding of the economic complexity framework is its predictive power. When Hausmann and Hidalgo measured ECI scores and then tracked economic growth over the following decade, countries with high complexity consistently grew faster than their income levels alone would have predicted. And countries with low complexity, even those with high commodity revenues, grew more slowly. Complexity predicts growth better than income level alone. For policymakers, economic complexity reframes the entire development question. It says, do not chase single industries in isolation. A semiconductor factory dropped into an economy without the engineering talent, the supplier networks, and the regulatory infrastructure to support it will fail. Instead, invest in the capabilities, education, institutions, knowledge networks that allow complex industries to emerge organically and sustain themselves over time. For investors, the ECI offers a forward-looking signal that goes beyond current income or commodity prices. An economy with a rising complexity score is building durable productive capabilities, a far stronger foundation for long-term returns than one dependent on a single export commodity, no matter how valuable that commodity is today. Complexity is a leading indicator, not just a description. To summarize, economic complexity measures the diversity and sophistication of productive knowledge embedded in an economy. It is captured by the Economic Complexity Index, which combines diversity and ubiquity of competitive exports. South Korea is the defining real-world example of complexity-driven growth. The product space explains why diversification is path-dependent. And complexity predicts future economic growth better than income level alone, making it one of the most powerful tools available to policymakers, analysts, and investors. A country's future growth is written in its capabilities today. The economic complexity framework reminds us that sustainable prosperity is not found in the ground, it is built, step by step, through the accumulation of knowledge, skills, and productive networks. To explore the data yourself, the Atlas of Economic Complexity is publicly available at Harvard's Growth Lab.